Introduction Unit 2. Project Management. The Project Management Institute defines project management as the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to a broad range of activities in order to meet the requirements of a particular project. The International Standards Organization also has a definition of project management, which states as the application of methods, tools, techniques, and competencies to a project. Project management includes the integration of the various phases of the project cycle. Project management is accomplished through processes. As you can see from the previous definitions, project management is the process of combining systems, techniques, and knowledge to complete a project within established goals of time, budget, and scope. Project management is the planning, implementing, and monitoring of project activities to meet project objectives by effectively controlling and balancing the constraints of time, cost, and scope in producing quality deliverables that meet or exceed expectations of project stakeholders. All projects must deal with four basic constraints: scope, schedule, budget, and quality. The success of a project will depend on the skills and knowledge of a project manager in managing these constraints and developing the plans and processes to keep them in balance. These are frequently known as the triple constraints or the project management triangle. The triangle illustrates the relationship between the constraints in a project. When a change is made in the scope, a change must also happen in the schedule and budget to quality to occur. Scope is the first constraint. The scope of a project defines the specific goals, deliverables, features, and functions, in addition to the tasks required to complete the project. Scope is the boundary of a project and what the beneficiaries and the donors expect from the project, nothing more and nothing less. A common problem with poor scope management is known as scope creep. Schedule is the second constraint. The project schedule defines the start and end of the project. This is the time required to complete and deliver all the project scope. The project schedule is often the most frequent oversight in development projects. This is reflected in missed deadlines, incomplete activities, and late donor reports. Budget is the third constraint. The project budget are the funds needed to complete all the project scope in the planned schedule. Increases in scope and delays in the schedule can result in increases in the cost to the project. The budget is the constraint that receives the most scrutiny and control. Managers need to monitor that all funds are used as planned and avoid underspending or overspending. The final constraint is quality. Project quality is defined as delivering the project outcomes according to the stated or implied needs and expectations of the project beneficiaries and the donor agency in order to meet the stakeholder satisfaction. Project quality includes the processes and activities that determine quality policies, objectives, and responsibilities. A project may follow national or international standards that describe the quality features of all deliverables that will satisfy the needs for which it was undertaken. As a project manager, you are responsible for managing these four constraints. A project is considered successful when it effectively identifies and manages all four constraints. All constraints are interrelated. Failure in one constraint will affect the other constraints. A delay in the schedule has an impact on the budget and quality, and an increase in the scope has an impact on both the schedule and the budget.